You.
Yes, sir.
See, started it, not on mute. Know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Baby steps, you're getting there.
Big facts.
CC. Yeah, broski. Happy Wednesday, man. A long
Yeah,
weekend, but
man.
happy Wednesday, brother. We made it. We made it.
You know it. You know it. I'm waiting for the IG to pop up on my side, the live.
I fucked up. I just hit the go live button over there. Oh,
We was
God
almost there,
damn.
dog.
Damn. It's like six baby steps before you get to the real shit. God damn it.
It's all
I'm looking
good.
at my phone like, why the shit ain't glowing? like I know I'm live. Oh shit.
Oh man, all right, it's all good. It's all good, man. Hey, listen, that's what turning 40 do to you sometimes, man. You think you got it all laid out
Oh man, I got an embarrassing turning 40 story already, bro. So sad. So
already?
sad.
Oh
So
shoot!
sad, man. So sad. We get into
All
it.
right, all right, cool,
I ain't
cool.
gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm still mad about it, but whatever. Just gotta move on, man. Just gotta move on.
All right, let
Oh
me just
shit.
share this out to a couple people. For those who have joined already, appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Just because we late don't mean you gotta be late. You know what I'm saying? Don't do
You
that.
know it. You know it. You know it.
Let me see. What's this here? Uh,
See, we got Shay Sweet Things, SKL in the building. Shout out to Waterfall Lounge with their grand opening happening this Friday.
ooh.
Boss
Oh, you know
Nola, what's good?
what I mean, have to get me $1 off on a drink. You know what I'm saying? Just $4. Just $4. I support black businesses.
You see this 4 quarters. Oh man, see, we got Tanya in the building. What's going on, Tanya? Oh man, like Kenny said, man, it's been a long weekend, man, but it was a good one.
It was a good one, man. I ain't gonna hold you. But before we get into the good stuff on the week, I got a silly question for you.
All
You
right.
was out, well, whether it be with your girl, your friends, whoever, you know what I'm saying? Somebody get to a restaurant, y'all about to walk in, and then you see the sign on the door. The health grades, the A, the B, the C.
Yeah.
If there's a C posted, is there any hesitation on when you grabbing that door handle?
I'll be honest with you, bro. I probably should look at that letter a little more. Like, I probably walked into some very bad establishments, man. So, but I agree with you. I think it should be well above a C.
Right, you know what I mean? Me and the missus were talking earlier. Like, oh, what we gonna do for we went to try a new Chinese spot. She was like, all right, cool. And she's like, oh, they got like an A rate. And I was like, nah, that's too high. I want my Chinese a little. You know what I mean? I take B's. I rather a B spot. There's like you don't want the. I'm like you don't want the clean spot. It's like it sounds crazy out loud, but nah. It's like, I want a little bit of hood on my Chinese. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. If you go to A, you just feel like the price is gonna be higher. So
Ah,
B is my price range for the Chinese. You know what I mean?
all right.
Oh
All right.
shit!
Hey, listen, I respect it, man. I could imagine. I know you remember Cam, man. I don't think we ever looked at the letter on them joints, but that
Bro,
chicken was the best chicken in Flatbush, bro.
bro, he could have had a G up there. I'd have walked right by that door. Like, excuse me, I'm just here for the wings. He said, but there's a G rating. Yeah, I said, excuse me. Then I was like, yeah, for real, for
Facts,
real.
facts, man.
All right, I got a 2-part question for you, real quick before we get started. Last one.
All right.
Now, we all go to the office. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes more than one person there. It's usually a pretty full office, regular day. If you ask the boss, the supervisor, you know what I'm saying, the overseer of the crew, right? If someone in the cubicle or the office with the door open is like, they have a cough, right? But then you notice like it's not stopping. Then it's constant. And now it's just like, but like, as an employer or boss, like how long do you let this go before you give them the you know what? You can go on home, bro, because you're gonna kill somebody today. Like
I gotta say, man, and I get I get where you're going with it. If they cough, let's say it's like three straight, like already you're getting a look. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, maybe they were eating something, whatever. If we're talking about that type of coughing happens in that same frequency back to back, and then one of them are almost like, yo, they sound like they almost just died type shit. That's when I'm walking over to the cubicle, like, hey,
hey, you're causing a disturbance.
like, you okay? Like, I can hear you from the office, man. You know what I'm saying? Just making sure you're good. You know, you can always work from home, right? Everybody got laptops. We're virtual now, so
We got
it might be a good idea for you to go home. That might be how I approach it at first. If they tell me no, I'm good, and I walk away, or while I'm there, they're not coughing, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. If before I make it to my office, them coughs start ringing off again.
It's like, yeah, I thought we spoke about this.
Yeah, I'm just turning around and walk back over like, yes, just go home, man. Just go home. It's not worth it. Whatever's happening isn't you. Like whenever you're in here, you don't cough like that. So something's up. You know, you're better off going home, making sure you take whatever you need to take. Probably need an appointment, and get that checked out, man.
Right. All right. Now we flip the coin on you. Like, hey, we all hard workers. Like, we don't let no bullshit stop our day at the job. You know what I'm saying? If you do have this nagging cough, that just doesn't go away though. You as an employee now, like, do you go? I mean, at some point, if you coughing from like 9:15 a.m. to like 12:15 p.m. straight, right? You know what I'm saying? Like very small stops in between. Like, do you have the courage to be like, yo, man, I'm not dying, but I feel like I'm dying. So if you don't mind, like, I'm gonna go home. Like, does that ever rise on you, pause, if you feel like you just can't do it no more with the cough?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I thought you were gonna say would I stick it out? Like if I was down to like no PTO days, and if I call out one more time, I'm gonna get fired. Yeah, no, I mean, shit. I know if I wake up with the slightest sore throat tingle, I'm probably not gonna go into the office just cause. You know what I mean? Like. It's just not worth it. You know what I mean? And it's funny because now we're in a different climate with hybrid work. So a lot of times you just tell people, listen, if you're not feeling well, but you can do the job, just work from home. You know what I'm saying? If you can't do it at all, then use a PTO day. It's there. That's what it's there for. But making it into the office, even though you are, not feeling well and you have the option to work from home, that's a little weird. You know what I mean? But okay. I get it. Everybody's different.
Now, I hate to be this guy, but I'm a hypocrite, man. I'm a big hypocrite on this one. Because if I'm a boss, the employer, I'm gonna keep peeking over. Like, if the cough is constant, I'm gonna keep looking over. All right. turns volume up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like check every 20 minutes. Cough is constant. It's not lighting it up, but. He's still pushing those buttons, so I'm not really gonna stop him. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but hey, and that might be rude from a boss standpoint. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, because I have the mentality, hey, if you aren't good enough to do the job, as an adult, you come up with me and say something, right? If you're not saying nothing, hey man, if the star quarterback, hurt his pinky, but he's like, nah, coach, I'm good. You're like, yeah, you're right. It's just a broken pinky, my man. Let's get this game, you know what I mean? Let's get this going. But if it's the reverse now, if I'm the one coughing, hey, like you said, man, if I got a slight headache, if I feel like, I don't think what I ate yesterday is gonna be too good on my travels. I'm gonna just stay this one home. You know what I mean? I was the employee. I gotta go off the slightest. But if I'm the boss, I'm like, you're not dying, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I gotta get my life together, man. I gotta be on the same accord.
That's crazy. But there are bosses like that, man. Like, you better keel over. Like, oh shit, he was really like bad. All right, y'all, call the medics. Like, we gotta get him out of here. But yeah, man, make sure you back here at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Like, that's
stat, if you don't mind. Like, we got a couple of 9 a.m. meetings, if you don't mind.
That's fucked up. Nah, yeah, man. I try to take the approach of, tomorrow's another day. And you sometimes you gotta help employees help themselves. Sometimes you'll have somebody that they'll log in mad early, log off mad late, sending you emails at like 10 at night, and you're like, yo, go to bed. Like, what are you doing?
Like, what was you doing all day, bro?
Yeah. We're always very mindful of I'm always very mindful of the mental health of employees and just their well-being. So but I hear what you're saying. Some people, that's like, you good, you walked in here, right? So that means you could work. I hear you, bro.
You know what I mean? It's cold world. But we gotta deal with it.
What's up, Ms. Brown? Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody that's on here with us right now, man. We're just getting things kicked off. So yeah, man, listen, it was a hell of a weekend. First off, once again, happy birthday, my brother, my A1 since day one. You know what I mean?
Man. Made it to the 40 club, man. I don't got that 1,000 batting average that I used to, but I made it to the 40 club, man. Made it to the 40 club with the mid nines, man. But yeah, it was a beautiful weekend, man. The wife took care of me, man. She bought the crib for the weekend out to Poconos, man. Took a lot of the team out, man. It was nice, man. I truly enjoyed it, man. A lot of relaxation. I thought I'd get extra napping, but it ain't happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, though, man, I had a delightful time, man. Can't complain. Thank you so much for your time. Stay for what's she at? Shay Sweet Things, man. Do appreciate it, man. Do appreciate it. Super dope.
No doubt, man. I don't think we've done that, bro. I want to say in like maybe over 8 years. Like
Ooh,
I was going through the photos and I was just like, yo, I think the kids were like super young the last time we did this.
The Halloween party?
Yeah, that had to be at least like maybe 2016, 2017.
Yeah, I think I was only 5'8". I'm 5'9" now. That was a while ago.
You know, like I remember that being a long time because a lot has changed since that party, bro. That's why I'm like, that was a long time ago. But yeah, man, no, definitely shout out to Mrs. Nelson for holding it down, man. It was good to be with the brothers, good to be with the fam, have a good time, shoot the shit, talk about, and it's so funny how the conversations change as you hang out older now. Like before, it was just about the newest sneakers, the best rappers and best, you know, clothing, all that. Now it's about, you know, putting these kids through college and shit. Like,
so yeah, you know how much tuition is over in such and such. You know what I mean? We wasn't having them conversations a while ago. You know what I mean? Shit, crazy.
Oh man, we was talking about the train fare and you know how we could get this money up. Like it was really cool, man. Really cool.
The growth, man. I love to see it. Man. Good times, man.
Yeah, see, SKO weighed in. And she was pregnant with Kennedy. Might be more than 8 years, bro.
Yeah. Carried a one. Yeah, about 9. Might be 9 of them joints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, time be flying. But yeah, man, listen, I'm 40 now. I had my first 40 moment. You know, like my birthday's on the 11th, thank God. But, you know, Lennox, he's on the 14th, right? Yeah. So, you know, it was on a weekday, nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? The weather held up. That was dope. We took him out, had a good time. But we came home, you know, little cake and song. You know how that go. So, you know, I'm hyped. You know what I mean? Like, turn the lights out. Jen coming out with the candles and shit. I'm like, oh, shit, got my phone out. Yeah, I'm dead center on Lil Man. Like, get all your candles and all that out. He blowing. Jen got the trick candles, and he's still trying. And he's like, we laughing at him, haha, good times, right? Then he runs off. So I go to stop the video, and then the numbers start. I'm like, why when I press stop? It's just like on 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm like, nah. I stopped that shit. I went to my gallery. I said, nah. I was like, yo, put him back on the couch, man. We got to redo this. I was like, I think we got to do this again. They all looking at me like, yo, it's all right. Yeah, it's like, I got the video too. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. Send it to me, please. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but I had my first 40 moment, man. I couldn't get a week out. But I was recording some shit. It was sad news.
Yo, that shit is real pain, bro. Real pain. You be mad, excited, smiling, like, yeah. And then you look at your phone, you're like, wait a minute.
Bro, I thought I was recording a whole moment. Like, none of that happened. So angry.
Real shit. That's real shit, man. Real shit, bro. Oh man, but it was also Mother's Day, but definitely shout out, happy birthday to the young King Lennox, man. You know what I'm saying?
And Big Three, don't worry about him, man. He ain't talking shit yet.
I don't know, man. That picture y'all said, yo, watch your daughters, man. That little boy is plotting.
Yo, like all this, I don't know about all the smiles are devilish, but we're gonna have to revisit that at another time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the boy need more church already. He only 3.
Oh man, but it was also Mother's Day, man. First off, shout out to all the mothers in your lives, and we also want to make space on this show for if Mother's Day brings up some rough feelings for you. We understand that as well. But we had nothing left after that weekend in the Poconos, bro. Like I kid you not, you know, me and the missus got home. I think it took us like about 4 hours just to order food, just because we kept watching something or just laying there like, yo, that was a hell of a weekend. Like, but yeah, we just chilled in the crib, ate, slept. That was it, bro.
That's what you're supposed to do on days off. You know what I'm saying? You don't get. It's so weird to have a day off that's a relaxing day off. You don't know what to do when you get it. You know what I'm saying? You're like, something got to happen. I got to go do something. They're like, nah, sit your ass on the couch, get your favorite drink, and shut the fuck up. Like people don't know. People know how to do that. You don't know how to do that no more.
Nah, it's true, man. It's real true. So with that, man, we hope you enjoyed your weekend. But also this week, man, May 12th through May 18th, it is also National Hospitals Week. So you'll see a lot of, I want to say hospitals really just highlighting some of the great things that they're doing. It was just Nurses Week. So you see it's just going down the line of hospitals. Tough time for hospitals if you work in one or you pay attention to that news. A lot of financial woes recovering from COVID. We talked a lot about what the Change Healthcare breach probably did to a lot of healthcare systems out there. So we hope that if you are part of a hospital, that you are partaking in some of the events. I mean, it's great to know that we got some sort of access to care, even though that still needs work. But we always acknowledge that here on FCP. But there's some funny business that happens in healthcare as well. And to kind of make that shift, there's some fraudulent behavior that's been going on when it comes to the healthcare field and also to DEI. But we're going to start in the healthcare. And this comes out of the NBA. Former NBA player Big Baby Davis was sentenced for abusing the NBA's healthcare coverage. They gave bro 40 months in jail plus 3 years supervised release for his conviction in November 2023 in an alleged scheme to defraud the league's healthcare benefits plan.
3 years. Ain't that like a white collar crime? Like, the money dry before he got the good lawyers? Like, what happened? Like, yeah. Well, shit, you're doing insurance fraud. I guess the money dried up.
I'm telling you, man. And I think he really got the most because he was the proclaimed ringleader. It looks like there were over 20 people. 18 of them were former players that were included in this. You probably heard of Terrence Williams and Keon Dooling. They were actually sentenced a while back for falsifying medical claims. So basically what they were doing was they were falsifying claims to the healthcare benefits and getting the checks and just utilizing them for their luxurious lifestyles, getting on jets, splurging, whatever. And of course, as any big company should do, they do audits on all the claims that they're paying. And when they saw these claims, they went after the group, man. So,
they might damn. It's like, oh, you just gonna hop on G5s just to go to the corner store? Oh, we gotta talk to you, brother. you're not even going far on these trips. You just you say, I want to go to South Carolina. You're in North Carolina, bro. He's like, yeah, you heard me. I was like,
yeah, man. Yeah, and then over on the DEI front, man, this one hurts my heart, man. This one really hurts my heart. Barbara Furlow Smiles, she was a former DEI leader for both Facebook and Nike, was sentenced to 63 months in jail for siphoning off a total of $5 million from Facebook and Nike, man. She was using it, same as Big Baby Davis, man. Luxurious trips, fancy dinners, rentals, all of that, man. So fraudulent behavior, man. How you feeling out here, Kenny, man? This is crazy.
5 years. For somebody named Barbara, that's a lot. I don't care what she did. You gotta get Barbara some slack, man. Like, she ain't mean it. Like, you know what I mean? Barbara's, Deborah's. There's a couple of names you gotta just like. If they get to your courtroom, it's like, listen, man. I know you ain't mean it. I know you probably had a bad day. But yeah, $5 million is a lot, though. You know what I'm saying? Even if she was slow walking the dog, I was like, hey, man, $100 a day ain't gonna hurt nobody. I was like, yo, bro, that add up. But you're here for like 6 years.
That's a fact, man. And then just listen to the whole name, Barbara Furlow Smiles. Like, that sounds like a character, like a boss lady in a movie that just rips everybody money off, yo.
Yeah, that sounds like the neighbor across the street from Mr. Rogers that he never talked to. Like, yeah, she's there.
That's a
but
fact.
We don't be looking up for each other's trash cans in the street. She not cool like that.
Yeah, Miss Brown said Barbara tried. Yo, and you know what's crazy, man? There's got to be the assumption that at some point you are going to get caught, man. Take it back to y'all remember the old school days where you would see two people in a car, the person behind the other car would just bump into the other car, call the insurance company. You had to go through the months of therapy, all that shit. After a while, schemes catch up, man. And it's just like, you got to know there's a countdown until when your number's up. And it's just hopefully that you've either done enough to insulate yourself from the issue, or you just made sure you had a hell of a time because they about to lock your ass up, man.
That's a terrible human flaw that a lot of people go through. Like, if you doing something crazy, and if you get to 1 million, 95% of the population be like, yo, I'm all right, man. Like, I should have been doing what I was doing to get where I am anyway. I gotta stop this. You know what I'm saying? But the other 5%, they'd be like, yo, I could probably get 2.
Yeah.
That's when shit gets dangerous, man. Just, you gotta be content, man. Gotta be content.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. So, yeah, man, a lot of fraudulent behavior going on out here, man. Insurance schemes. Yeah, man. It's, you do the crime, gotta do the time, man. If you get caught,
man. Everything going up with the checks, man. I understand why people doing it. You know what I'm saying? I can't agree with them when you get in time and shit. But it's like, I understand why you go in these routes. It's nasty outside. But Ms. Brown said, yeah, she still knows some ambulance chasers. See what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't gonna hold you. If you are a lawyer and you do see somebody late on the street, you start your business card like, hey, whenever you get up.
Yo.
That's bad business, man. That's just, you shouldn't be that. Nah, you need a new career, man. This ain't it, man.
Bro, I remember the first time that happened to me. I was like, where the hell did you come from? Because everything about homeboy looked like he didn't belong there. But he just ran up to me. Yo, I saw the whole thing, man. You good? Like, you all right? He was like, yo, listen. You know what I'm saying? When they take you there, you tell them this. This is my card. You call me, man. We're going to get you some bread. And then he walked away.
You start looking at him like, he set this shit up. Am I on a camera?
You know, at the time, I'm pissed because my car is total. I'm like, nigga, what? Like, I ain't got no car right now. He was like, call me, man. Call me. Get this bread. Like, it was nuts, man.
I got you. Oh, God,
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. But listen, man, anything before we transition to the main?
We ready, man.
My God. So listen, man, we appreciate y'all being here, man. Every third Wednesday, y'all know how it goes down. FCP Dad Series, man. And today we got a nice twist for y'all today, man. So we ask that y'all hang in there with us. Happy mom, happy family. And we really went down this route because we thought with a twist on happy wife, happy life, we wanted to focus on whether or not keeping mom happy really does lead to a happy family. So we ask you to keep an open mind as we walk through this conversation. We know that everybody deserves to be happy in a family, whether you are together or not. But let's get down to this, man. I'm just going to shoot straight for the hip, bro. Do you feel as if the mom is happy, so will the family be happy?
They are two parallel lines. Like, you know what I'm saying? You never want them crossing each other. You want them to stay constant if they could. But 8 out of 10 times, if mom is happy, the family's happy. I would say that. It's weird when it's not.
Okay.
On your side, when mom's happy, how's the house vibe?
I'm trying to figure out when mom really is happy, and I'm not even trying to generalize or anything like that, because y'all work so hard that, when I do see her smile for a couple of minutes, she's right back to doing something. You know what I mean? Like, she's always finding something to do around the house. She's always got something on her mind, whether it be for our son, for herself, for the house, for me, for her family. So I almost wonder if how good is it to keep that happiness sustainable because of what tends to run through her mind a lot. And I'm not going to generalize women. I can only speak from the mother in my life, which is my wife. I'm always concerned about how long she can stay happy because she just works so hard at stuff. But I do agree with you, to make a short story long. I do agree with you. Mom being happy really does help the process of happiness for the family. No doubt about that.
Yeah, they do. They do be hand in hand. Even when you don't expect it, they do run hand in hand for some weird reason.
Absolutely, man. But even with that high percentage that you mentioned, man, let's talk about, as we are attempting, whether you are with the mother of your child or not, anticipating resistance, right? I don't think that we talk about planning for those situations where we may not make her happy with our decisions, but we think that it is the best decision in that moment, man. How can this apply whether you're in a relationship or not with the mother of your child, Kenny?
I'm gonna go down the old road that we spoke about a few times ago. This is gaslighting level 2. This is a level of this is a gaslighting of life that you get to that is not even taught to you. You have to experience it. You have to understand, like, damn, bro, I said this would have happened. Interesting. It's a lot of note taking before you get to that level. So, with that being said, it's part of the game, my man. It's part of the game. Pick and choose your battles. You know what I'm saying? If it's food related, let it go. But if it's something that's going to stick to the account, hey, you gotta stick to your guns. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's food, hey, if it's low hanging fruit items, let them go, man. It's not worth it, bro. But if it's something of some stature, some merit, so something that's really going to affect you tomorrow or your next Wednesday, now, I mean, you might gotta have this battle and see it, and hopefully you win it. You know what I mean? But you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You gotta be smart.
So if it's the last of my juice, just let her have it, right? Don't throw
let her have it, bro. Because you know why? Because when you get the new juice, you're gonna drink the first half off rip now. You're not even gonna talk to them. You're just gonna stay there at the fridge, like you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gonna be like you're not even gonna worry about. Like, no, you can have it, baby. This is yours. This is for you.
Okay.
Gotta play the long game.
I'll be honest with you, man. It took me a while to understand how to play the game. Everything was really about, you know, I think my way makes sense. Why won't we do this? Right? No plan for anticipating resistance. It's like, this makes sense to me, so it should make sense to her. And just like you said, right? You're gonna learn today, right? Especially if you've got a strong-minded woman who pretty much understands what she wants and understands that this ain't gonna work. Then that's where you start to, you know, have those really deep conversations, man. So it's interesting how it applies to the mother of your child, because, and I'm talking about this because I'm reading a book called Racial Justice at Work, and it's talk about how you anticipate the resistance of people who are not conforming to change, right? They see that you are making a good point, but they're not ready for it, and nothing's happening. How do you prepare for that? So I think you nailed it on the head, man. Like, you have to get ready for the game. You got to know your partner. You got to communicate so much in the beginning before y'all decide to lay down and have a kid. I know that's harder to do these days because everybody's just getting right to the business. But you might want to think about it, man, because at least if you know that you can talk to her in a tense situation, you guys can compromise a little bit more, and we'll get more into compromise later. Then you know when you get into a situation, hopefully with a child, it'll be the same way, man.
It's a fact. It's a fact. Now, here's my retort for you. Like, all right, that's how you can deal with the mother of your child. Not that you develop a little bit of hair on your tongue for the mother of your child. It's a respect factor. You know, your wife, the mother of your children. It's something you go through. Like, you may feel she may be a word that you'll never say out loud, but you might think it. But hey, you're smart enough to just think it and keep that shit in yourself, then lock it up in a box like Jack Cousteau and throw that shit in the ocean, right? You know what I'm saying? But what do you do when family of the mother of your child gets involved? Like, how are you approaching that now?
How much time you got, buddy?
I'm here the next Wednesday, my man. Let me know. Let me know.
It can play differently, man. So I think the biggest players, and this is just in my life, right? I'm always gonna keep it to me in my experience. Grandmothers and sisters can either be your biggest ally or your worst enemy. And I say that because their experience in the area that may be presenting itself with you and the mother of your child can weigh heavy on how they perceive your actions. And best believe if it's anything similar to what they've been through, you do not have an ally, sir. You have an op. They are in the ear of the mother of your child, letting her know that ain't right. I seen that before. Red flag, right? So the best thing that I can tell you is, I'm not saying completely let go of your point, but understand that you do need allies when it comes to this situation, because that's where that compromise comes into play, especially if they're good people. You want to make sure that you're doing everything with reason, within a good tone, without using, vulgar language. You try, brothers. I know it's tough, but you have to try, because when family gets involved, I mean, it becomes a whole nother situation. What you think, man?
Absolutely. Like, yeah, like just imagine being in court. You ride on somebody, you get there, and your code, who you been down would be like, nah, it was him. Like, like that pain is different because there's jail time involved. But when an in-law or family, does the same and puts negativity on your name and then shines that light to your loved one, your wife or whatever, now you're like, damn, this is worse than time, sir. This is I signed up for the life trip. So you're telling me every time I see you, we're gonna have this weird energy now? Because you pointed somebody in a direction that they didn't need to go. Interesting. Interesting. Like I said, I don't know how much time you got now, but it could be very disheartening though. Like, especially if it's a false truth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If something is said, like if it's just a very heavy opinion that has no actual facts to it.
Yeah. Now, granted,
you don't want to put nobody in that situation. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, you're good. Now, granted, and ladies, this is just my opinion, and I can vouch for the fact that it does exist in my situation. Ladies, sometimes you got to check your family. You know what I'm saying? Because at times, remember what I just said, they are putting their experiences on your relationship. You got to be able to draw that line and say, wait a minute, I understand what you've been through, but this ain't that. You know what I mean? This ain't that. Let's not try and, compare, it's not apples to apples, man. You know what I'm saying? You're comparing apples to oranges. Let's level set, and let's remember that before you probably made the decision, and this is me talking about the grandmother or the sister that's making these judgments, before you made the decision to separate yourself out that situation, it took a while. It was a build-up, right? You know what I mean? It was one situation, one thing. And then maybe after several things, you probably walked away. Or even worse, they walked away. So let's not let the one thing that you see in that situation all of a sudden be like, oh, you got to get away from there, girl. That ain't it. You know what I mean? So that's my little PSA, ladies. Y'all don't have to listen to me at all. But I know there's a few ladies out there talking about, damn right, I check them where they stand.
You have to. We're not saying you got to listen to us, but you definitely need to use both ears though, because we preaching on a Wednesday. But whatever. We outside.
Amen.
Outside. Oh man.
So, brother, I got a good question for you, man, because you're an expert, man. You're seasoned in this game. You're a veteran. You know what I mean?
I'm no longer outside. Go on.
How do you prep for those moments when you know she may not be on board with an idea that you have?
Find more evidence to support your claim. Like I think of everything as far as a courtroom. Like, yo, how you gonna get this? How you gonna let the judge believe you? Not that my wife is the judge, but she is the jury. So you know what I'm saying? Like, so in the event of like, it may not make it to the judge if the jury ain't. Hey man, they all said the same thing. We ain't gotta go that far. You know what I mean? But you gotta play it smart. It's not a game to be played, of course. It's a real emotions, real people. My wife, my love. But if you really want something that she's highly against, hey, keep bringing up the good side of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get vulgar on here, but hey, there's always something that guys might want as a weird dream or fetish. But after you bring it up once or twice, it's like, fuck, I can't bring this up no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now it's weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna let it go. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let you know what I mean? But yeah, man, you gotta play to win. You know what I'm saying? But it's not a game. That makes any sense.
It's weird, right? Like it's weird.
A lot of balance. I got a long comment. Give me 1 second.
I know there's a couple of them.
Ms. Brown said, I'm checking anybody and everybody. Respect. SK, it's not just ladies, I believe, when you are with someone and your spouse's family comes out of line, or they are causing conflict, either person whose family is causing the conflict, that person is to address it. Okay, I see the point there. And listen, I fall victim to this, unfortunately, one of many times where I should have stood up. I should have said something like, hey, that's my baby, yo. You can't. You know what I'm saying? But in the back of my head, you know what it is, unfortunately? I'm playing the long game. That's the anticipated resistance part where if I do step on this line like, yo, it's addressed. It's affirmed. Now we all now we know we all stand.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta see the birthday party this Saturday, right? Everything's all right. I'm trying to, like, you know what I mean? You're trying to avoid that conversation, but not that I'd rather have that conversation on the home front, but it's something that I'd rather be able to work on better because I am on a day in, day out situation. You know what I mean? I'm not with the other party every day. So you got to pick your battles, man. And it sucks. I hate to be that person. And hey, SK about to let us know. Not that I've chosen sides, but when you plead the fifth, you're still guilty.
Still an answer.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I've played the fifth way too many times, but that's another story for another day.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, man. That's a fact, man. All right. Appreciate that.
But how about you though? How do you prep for those moments when you know she's not on board? When there's a situation where it's like, hey, you know, I am 11 toes down if I had that extra toe on this situation. Like, you know what I mean? You just like, all right, but what's your rebuttal? What are you doing?
It depends on how much I want her to agree.
Okay.
I mean, I got to be honest on here, right? I can't be like, yeah, you know, everything is like compromised with my wife. She knows me too well for that. But, you know, all jokes aside, you got to have a plan of action to whether things are going to go smooth or not. And I say that to say, if you know that you're 100% going to stand on, I understand you don't agree, but I'm going to do this, you got to be ready to deal with whatever comes with that. And you got to be ready for those moments when she does the same thing. Can't be a hypocrite about it. So, but for the most part, you know, I think wow, I don't know where I was going with that.
We'll be right back.
Can we edit that?
Yeah.
Nah, we're live.
It's right. I was looking at all my buttons like.
we got to work on getting a delay for this joint, man.
That's a fact.
I think I plan for the most part because I know my woman. I plan for the most part for those situations where I don't think she's gonna be on board. So I think just like you, bro, you know, we think alike in so many ways. I think of every possible option to hopefully get her on board. And there's always those little areas of gray where I totally understand that she's gonna say no, you know, and our thing is I throw it at you. If you like it, keep it. If not, throw it back. It's all good. You know what I mean? It was a quick, you know what I'm saying? It was a quick pass. But at the same time, you know, it is what it is, man.
All right. Now we talk about anticipating resistance.
Right.
What's your views on compromise versus control? Because now I feel like this is gaslighting level 3. Where like there's levels of gaslighting. We've always played the baby game with the tiptoe in it, but when you're diving in, like I'm talking 10-foot waters, you gotta get out of there. You know what I'm saying? What's your views on compromise versus control in the same light?
Oh man, that's like mutual peace versus inevitable tension, bro. Like if you're on the side of compromise, it's because you want the most peaceful process in life with your woman. But if you're on the side of control, man, that's inevitable tension because even if somehow in the beginning of that relationship there's obedience, after a while, man, that shit isn't gonna go nowhere. And then if there's never any obedience, right, it's just constant like, this isn't right, you're trying to control me. That's that inevitable tension where it's just like now y'all just arguing all the time. She clearly doesn't want to be controlled, or you know, if you're the guy in the situation, you don't want to be controlled. So it's honestly like, which side do you choose today? Like, what bed do you want to sleep in? Do you want to sleep in the bed where big spoon, little spoon, or where y'all both on the other side of the bed, like, you know, fuck them for the night? Like, it's tough.
Yeah. Hey, we've had those nights, right? You know what I mean? But here's my question you regarding like mutual peace. Like if you had to suppress something within yourself to come to that mutual peace, right? Is it really, are you really peaceful? Are you, now you like the sad clown, right? Where you got the face over you, you're showing something, but this is not what you truly feel, but you know this is a marathon, not a sprint. Like, how long could you keep this up? How long? Not that you're faking it, but it ain't. Is it real? You know, talk to me, brother.
That's a great question, bro. That's why you see me grinning over here because I'm actually I have an answer, but I know people ain't gonna like it.
We outside, my nigga.
I have an answer, but I know people ain't gonna like it. You got to be happy with you at the end of the day. And think about it before y'all tear me up in the comments or even on the live. Think about what I'm saying. The last thing you want is someone in a relationship that is not also happy in making you happy. You know what I mean? If making you happy isn't equivalent to how they feel as far as their place in the relationship and how they feel in a relationship, then what's the point of the mutual peace? Because it's really not mutual peace. It's me minimizing how I feel or what I want for the sake of your happiness and for the betterment of this happy family. Hence why we put the question mark on the title for today, man.
Is that not the definition of marriage loosely? We'll be right back. We'll be right back. Oh, look at we gotta pay these sponsors. Oh shit. My boy dropping gems over there. But yeah, man, you gotta compromise. Like sometimes the happiness might be a little not sad. But you know what I mean? But not all the way happy. And that's okay. You don't gotta be 100% happy, but I could deal with 90% happy. It's not bad. Those ain't bad numbers. I still pass the test. I can still look myself in the mirror, you know what I'm saying? But if you ever get to like below 75 when they're happy to maintain the relationship, that's when things get a little crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's my threshold. That's my threshold.
And I see the comments. So obedience sounds nuts. You're absolutely right. If someone's controlling you, I don't think that's an agreement. I don't think anybody agrees to be controlled. So,
unless you were Kanye, but go
ahead. You know what I mean? Or unless you're into like that type of fetish type of thing. But you know, I get how that word can probably trigger a chord with people. So I'll be cognizant and give grace and understanding that the word obedient can mean a lot of things to different people. But from my experience with control, you have to obey the person in that act. If you do not obey, it leads to a consequence. So yes, obedience is nuts because I think it's nuts to try and control someone. So I get where you're coming from, but that's honestly, where I'm at.
And honestly, you can't. Like as much as you feel that you are in control, at the end of the day, somebody's gonna do what they want to do, and you have no control over that. Unless it's real, like, billionaire status, lock and key. You know what I mean? Like you got a chip in your arm type shit. Like I don't think nobody's living that life. You know what I mean? So obedience is something that I wouldn't even strive for it. But if that's something you are aiming for in your relationship, you don't need to be in a relationship. You gotta keep.
I agree.
You gotta keep just dating yourself because you're the only person that's gonna be true to yourself in that situation. So.
I agree, and I think that's why some people they either end up going back to being single or remain single because, to your point, they prefer relationships to be a certain way. And not everybody's down for that. And I totally understand that.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm gonna get to the comments here. Ms. Brown, I always want my husband to make me happy, but I don't want him miserable on the inside. That's not going to work. Understood. Shay, sweet things. Communication is key to be able to compromise. It needs to be that respect on how your spouse feels. Agree. SK also weigh out what doesn't make you happy. And if it's my thing, and if it's things that compromise, it's a major thing that's something different. I got to read that twice. Weigh out what doesn't make you happy. Okay, I'm sorry. That's what we're saying. Weigh your options. In the event you feel you're compromising more than you should be compromising, then that's when things have to change. It's no longer going to work out the way it's going. I do agree with that. Yeah. All right. I guess I appreciate the chat today. You got some good thoughtful comments. We appreciate it, guys, ladies.
Yep. All right. You can think you have control till you find out shit happening behind your back to keep the peace. All right, cool. Try to raise kids, look for obedience. Sorry, I'm dealing with the kids. We know you super mom over there, SKL. It's all good.
We appreciate it.
Oh man. All right. So listen. Devil advocate time, man. I think this was kind of where we went already, or is it?
No, we're going here now.
Yeah. So playing devil's advocate, and remember, y'all, this is an open-minded conversation. We appreciate everybody's opinion here. What if the balance of compromise, of trying to make the mom happy towards making yourself happy, gets lost, and it's all about mom's happiness? Do you feel like this is okay now? Like,
when mom's happiness is the balance of the house, what do? You're gonna risk your happiness to burn the village? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, 90% is fine. Like, like you gotta be okay with 90. Like, I know everybody wants to strive. Hey man, Biggie said sky's the limit. That's cool, but I'm standing on the roof, so I'm all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to go no higher than this because there ain't no other ladder to get up there. If you got one, hit me. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're in a helicopter up there, drop that rope, my man. I can't climb it, but I'm a roll with you. Like, I'll hold on real tight. You know what I mean? But in that sense, you gotta. You can't cut your. That's like what's that? Cut your nose and spite your face, something like that. Okay. You can't do one to do without doing the other. You gotta compromise with yourself to get it done, in my opinion.
All right. And I'm just gonna piggyback on that because I think you made great points. Do you feel this should sway the man's opinion of just pleasing her, and he should start to look out for his own happiness if he feels like the balance is lost?
You gotta restore the feeling, right? The only bad thing with that is, like, what do you need to restore your feeling? Some of that might end your marriage. Some of that, and it's not worth the feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, once again, we're back on it. Hey, 90's all right. 90's, I'm gonna keep coming back to it. 90's okay. Like, I don't need to pass this test with flying colors, but I'm still gonna get in the Harvard in the back of the class. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be in the front with it. You know what I mean? But I would say with that, not even a grass is greener situation. It's not even that. It's more of a swaying your opinion for just pleasing. As long as it's not a constant. If it's a sparingly thing, eat it. Pause. Something got to do it. It's life.
You probably got to eat it too to keep it happy. Just saying.
I'm a fan, but we're not going to talk about that today. If in the event of, like, if you felt, you know what I mean, you got to sway your own opinion and make yourself, if you find yourself doing it more often than you get reciprocated on that feeling, that's when you got to do the whole man in the mirror kind of thing. You go like, hey, I'm doing way too much output and not getting no input. Pause.
There you go. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What's your opinion as far as devil advocate in that sense? If how should it sway your opinion, or a man's opinion, of course, one and the same?
I think communication is key, bro. I think, to your point, if you ever get to the point, and I see people in the chat saying everybody needs to be happy, the man should be pleasing the woman should be pleasing the man. I think there needs to be communication. If you feel like everything seems to be swaying in one direction, there should be that open dialogue that y'all have. And if she loves you, she should be asking you, hey, how do you feel in this relationship? What do you want to do? Now, if you're just sitting there with the every time she asks you, what do you want to do? Where you want to go? What do you want to plan? And she's kind of just running everything, then, bro, you've kind of slow walked yourself into that balance. You lost balance. Like, she gave you the chance to stand there on the platform with her, and you're like, nah, I'm afraid of heights. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So I think communication has to be there if you feel like the balance and happiness is lost.
Here's my wrench in the devil's advocate question already, right?
Hey.
when you get asked a question, you give the answer, and you've tried it repeatedly, and it gets shot down repeatedly. Does that not do you not feel a little diminished as far as, not that my opinion is no longer good anymore, but it's like, I got to trick you into my opinion just because you hear it's not for me in order for us to do it. Is that a road you want to drive down? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think that's part of that game you were talking about earlier, man. That 90%. I mean, you either in the game or you on the sidelines, man. Like,
and you want everybody want to play.
Yeah, nah, that's tough. See, you got me choking over here. That shit crazy.
My bad, dog. Pause.
Man, it's crazy because that's a great question. That's a great scenario. And I think in those situations, we got to steer away from scorekeeping, even though we love keeping score here on FCP. The hope is that through that open dialogue, y'all can keep a good understanding of how often things sway one way. And at both of y'all have to be cognizant of that, right? I try, only my woman could tell me if I'm really making the score even, for lack of better words. And I think we all try when we really love someone. It's just, there's nothing like getting your way. There's nothing like being right. There's a euphoria about it. You know what I mean? There's a feeling about it. It's like, yes, I got you. You know what I mean? Like, but there's also no greater feeling than knowing that the person that you love is happy and they feel like they have a say and they have a place in the relationship, because that you'll see things come. You'll see them start to do things and you'll see a light out of them that you've probably never seen before, if you've never given that space for them to have that even playing feel of, I do have a say, I do have some stake in the game, man. So it's an ongoing process, brother. Ongoing.
We live to play the game.
Mm-hmm.
We live to play the game. That's a good one. It was good, man. Good stuff. A lot of good questions on this one.
Yeah, man. Now we got people weighing in. We got Shay Sweet Things. There will always be something that looks better out there, but is the risk worth losing a rare and good thing is the question, right? SKL, it's hard to, when you address something and the person doesn't hear you, but hears others saying the same. Yo, she's cooking with that one, man. She is cooking with that one.
She's cooking. She hot. Like
she is cooking with that
one. Both sides.
Let me tell y'all something. For anybody who's on YouTube, Facebook, man, we got some comments that are flying over here on IG. Let me put an amplification on what SKL just said. You are with someone who is clearly giving you sound advice, sound instructions, sound messages, and it's just not getting through. Then one day, here comes Miss Butterworth, and she tells you this. You trying to get a chocolate that thrown to me, bro. Here comes Miss Butterworth, and she says the same exact thing that the woman in your life has said, and you're like, Eureka, you're right.
An epiphany, right?
And then you got the nerve to come home and say that to the woman that you love. Like, guess what I figured out today? I need to do this, this, and this. Yo, she look at you like she want to throw something at you.
Sean, I'm gonna tell you right now. What time is it? Wednesday, 9 p.m. Sharp. Guilty. I've unfortunately I don't. God, and she tells me about it like the moment after it's done. I'm like, for real? She's like, yeah, I just said that yesterday. Yesterday, I'm like, you sure that's what you think? Because it didn't sound like it when I heard it, but when such and such said it, it sounded like the plan. Like, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, I'm mad guilty for that. I don't know what it is. Like hearing the same exact end game shown differently from another perspective, the epiphany goes. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see it that way. And then they go, Jen, you didn't see it that way? Yeah. Your dinner's in the trash. Like what?
And you know what I like, to frame that as, unfortunately, SKL, unfortunately, anybody else who is on the receiving end of these eureka moments, these epiphanies, as Kenny put it, after you've been with someone for so long, man, a filter goes up, y'all. I hate to be the person that lets y'all know that there's officially a filter. Some things make it through, some things don't. And that filter changes by the day, by the mood. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I kid you not. Some of y'all are going to come off of this live tonight, go have a full conversation with the person you love. And half that shit is not going to make it through. It's just not going to make it through, man. And you just got to eat that, because guess what? That's the person you love, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. I ain't make the game. I just know how to play it.
It's a wild filter, man. After X amount of years, it's like, yo, I don't believe you. You need more people. Like nothing against you. Nothing against you, baby. I just need 2 more co-signers on this, and then we all right. We out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, good stuff.
No,
Good
yeah,
stuff.
that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Absolutely. All right. SKL said, "We'll bring that shit down."
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Oh
Shay,
shit.
Shay Sweet Thing says sometimes, honestly, when you hear someone else say it, it's like I guess he right if someone else agree. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I've gone through that a few times. And listen, hey, I know we playing the guilty guys here, but this works in reverse as well.
Oh
I've
yeah.
dropped I've dropped some gems. You hear me? Some gems. I'm talking like freestyle gems off the top, no rehearsal. You know what I'm saying? Like yo, boom, 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 boom. All right. That's it. That's all I got. That's the response. Leave, come back. She goes, you know what? I was thinking, who were you now? And when it's the same shit you said regurgitated, I get it. It's a defeating feeling. I get it. I get it. Hey, I've been on both sides.
And let me guess, she was like, well, I thought it seemed like you was trying to control me or control what I do. When it was you, it was control. When it was somebody else, it was the best advice in the world, bro. I swear.
Nah, you know it's the worst. You know, not. I won't say it's the worst. It is the best because I do appreciate it. But I always do what you tell me to do. I just want to think about this one. It's like, am I dumbass? Are you thinking now? Well, you know. And then that's when the chocolate come through full speed, and like it's a whole nother ball game. It's like you can't control me. Like yo, I'm not trying to control you. Like, yo, we back in Florida, man. Take care.
Oh man, I got something similar to that. Whenever she uses these couple of words, I always get her with it. She'll be like, "Well, I didn't think about it at the time." I was like, "Well, what's the key words in that sentence?" I didn't think, and then you know I get beat up after that. But
yeah, you can't be highlighting words in a conversation, bro. That's gonna get you shot, my man. You gotta sit with one eye open for 2 days now.
listen, I'm learning to accept resistance, bro. That's why we're here. We working through it. We working through
I'm telling you, man. 90 is still passing the test. I'm telling you.
Man.
Good stuff.
Definitely appreciate y'all chiming in, man. Yeah, I see she already lining me up. All right.
Yeah.
Listen.
The fiction class that coming up. So where you get a 2-inch slipper from?
Yo. So listen, just real quick check in with everybody. See Tanya still hanging in. Keith, what's good? I see you came in here. We got Miss Brown hanging around. I see D in the building. SKL, man. Appreciate y'all being here with us, man. So listen, we're gonna make a quick pivot now to a more serious situation. Gary Owens, a very popular comedian, he was actually on Club Shay Shay, and he actually stated that he hasn't seen his kids in 3.5 years since he's been divorced, right? He really didn't go into detail on why, but he'd love to know. And he didn't go into detail because I'm assuming from his answers that he's never gotten that information from his ex-wife. But the first question I have for you, brother, and I think I know the answer to this, but do you think you could go 3.5 years without seeing your kids?
3 days is rough. Like, you know what I'm saying? 3.5 years, I couldn't fathom it. Don't get me wrong, if it's a court ordered decision, I gotta do what I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Right. But man, I would hate for anybody to have to go through something like that with the child. Especially if you have had some sort of bonding time, you had time with them, if you've been there from the get-go. That's a tough pill to swallow, bro.
Right. So like you said, man, let's say it is a legit situation where you had to, right? Whether it was some lawful reason or it was, you know, like we talked about when the grandmother and sisters are no longer allies, now that they're gatekeepers and you can't see your kids. What if you had to, bro? Like what is your feeling in those moments?
Helplessness. There's nothing you can do. Like no matter what you feel, what you want, what you earn for, you can't achieve that. That's got to be one of the most defeating things in life. To have something that you know is attainable, but you still can't reach it. I can't. I wish I don't nobody. Not my greatest enemy. That's a rough one though. But like you said, if it's court appointed or if you got gatekeepers there, like if it's gatekeepers, you might be able to avoid some jail time. But if it's court order, I mean, hey, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be careful, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, if If it's gatekeepers, shout out Tanya giving the score. Celtics up 98-87, 7-12 left in it. Nice.
Ooh. All right,
Um,
yeah. What
so now
about you, my man? What would you do? What would you if you had to succumb to this? If you were forced to not be able to, like, what's your play? Do you have one?
if it's lawful, then I'm like you. You know what I mean? I'm helpless, right? You know what I mean? I'm probably trying to use any avenue of communication to see how we can work through this. If it's not lawful, man, I can get a Domino's shirt, deliver some pizza, you know what I mean? Like dress up like a Spider-Man and be at the at the Christmas party or at the kids' party doing, you know what I mean, on cartwheels. I don't think I could do flips anymore. But I got a solid cartwheel left in me. I do. I think I got a solid cartwheel left. Yeah, I believe in it.
I can't even get a handstand, but go ahead, my man. My man, he's trying to spin on it.
Yeah, man. I believe it. And I see what you're saying. Shay Sweet Thing said, "What if the kids don't want to see you?" So we're gonna get into that because as we start to talk about what Gary went through, it definitely leads into that. So great question. So Gary went on to mention a few things that stuck with me. When kids are little, they idolize their dad. After the divorce, they demonize him. As they get older, they humanize him. What comes to your mind as you hear some shit like that, bro?
I'm a living testimony of all three statements. Where he was the hero, he was the man. Then the man stopped showing up to get saved. Like you've had the, I'll be there Friday, 7:00, no doubt. Outside Friday, 8:00 come, 9:00 come, 10:00 come, 11:00 come, 12:00 come. You should come inside, baby. I don't think he's coming. I don't know. Just give him 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? Like that shit starts to build up on you. You know what I'm saying? But as life goes on, you go, oh, not that you come across additional information, but it's like he wasn't totally the bad guy. There were some factors that played into whatever happened as to how it happened. And I was like, damn, he was just making a man decision at a man time when I was a boy. And now I'm here. Now as a man, you get to kind of see it in a different lens. You know what I'm saying? So I lived it. And I mean, it is what it is. Like kind of move on from it. And you kind of just build the building blocks up that you felt you might have missed out on. You'll never recapture them or reclaim them or rebuild it to where it could have been. You know what I'm saying? But it's having a starting point is better than not starting at all. You know what I mean? In that sense. So I'm a living testimony of it. Been through it. Currently living through it. Coolest thing out now. You know what I'm saying? But for a while it was dark. It was like, I don't. So, oh, your dad's on the phone. What dad? You know what I mean? Like it was those kind of, like it was a moment in time where that was a real thing. But I can agree with those three sentiments. Living testament.
All right. And I totally get it. You know what I mean? Your kids idolize you when they're young, when they're with you, if you have a good relationship with them. But I can only imagine after a divorce, depending on your relationship with the kids, were you around like that? Did you do stuff with them, right? Have fun with them, have conversations with them. Depending on after the divorce, yeah, you can be demonized. And then as they get older, of course, they learn more, they're more aware. And depending on your effort to stay in their lives and let them know that you love them, that's where that humanizing factor comes in. So I feel you wholeheartedly. So now he goes on to mention, and this is to get to Shay's point earlier, he goes on to mention 3 times he tried to see or interact with one of his kids, right? He showed up at her school dorm. She didn't answer and called her mom. The mom ended up calling his agent, talking about, why are you there? She doesn't want you there. He saw her at the airport and waved at her. She ran into the bathroom. He waited about 45 minutes to see her, and then he left because she didn't come out. And then the last one, which really hit me right in the heart, graduation. He wasn't allowed to come up and approach her, hug her, nothing like that. So in that sense, he talks about he was on the road. He's a comedian, right? It's not an excuse. It's just the job that he had. So he was hardly there. So to Shay Sweet Thing's point, if the kids already got this distant relationship with you, the divorce happens, they're always there with mom. They already got this tainted view of your presence and how you've been with them. there is the potential of them just not wanting to see you. So I know it's hard to put yourself in those shoes, bro, but
No,
if you were, like, how does that hit you?
when the distance turns into like hate, it's hard to come back from that. It's nothing. It's not that you're trying to come back from it, so to speak. But when an initial disconnect, it can happen. But communication can always put band-aids on whatever that was. Constant communication, like, hey, what you doing? Hey, if it was an everyday thing, you knew it. Even if you got tired of the everyday follow-up, you know that the follow-up is there, so you can't really ever hate the situation. But when that disconnect becomes with distance and lack of communication or no communication for times at end,
right,
that can build up a frustration and build something within you that you didn't know you had. Now you hate somebody that you don't even see or care for. It's a weird dynamic to go through. But in that sense, as far as the whole graduation, not wanting to be there, like he's fighting forces that he can't control. If she has this feeling of hatred or get away, negativity every time you're around, you don't know what she's being fed at the house mentally in that regard as to who he was when they left or what he was or why we are where we are. Like if it was a infidelity issue and it's being magnified at the house, she's going to look at you as this person that did something to somebody that she loves. So now you feel like they would feel that internal pain as well. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to transfer like a pain like that, you know, when you're day in and day out with somebody. So that's a rough one. That's a rough one to call. But
yeah, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's real pain. Like let's talk real pain. I think the only advice I could give someone in that situation would be to just continue to try and be present to the extent of reaching out to them, always trying to extend that invitation. We don't know what happened, particularly in Gary's situation, right? This is just us hearing him talk. But for those who, you know, unfortunately may be in that position, man, I wouldn't even fathom that type of life with my son. And I think that just goes to show, as we transition into the next part of this, is there a way that we as fathers need to minimize our needs to make sure that we are more present in our kids' lives? And I use the example of Damian Lillard. You know, he just went through a full NBA season with no contact with his kids, right? You know what I mean? But he's out there trying to play the game that he loves without his heartbeats, his kids, right?
Yeah.
You know, do we as men need to learn how to start to work past the things that we feel are so important to us to make sure we're present and there for our kids?
Not to kind of be a broken clock here, but like it's time and money are very hand in hand. And it's hard to make that choice when you are someone who does have to spend a lot of time away in order to make that money, in order to make sure the family, the kids, whoever is in a good space. Like you can't be there for them to do that. Like I remember having this conversation with Jen a long time ago, as far as, would you rather me be here every day and broke, out every day and having money for the family to live life? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, ooh, damn. You don't want to be the deadbeat on the couch, but you know what I mean? Being a rock star on the road don't really translate too well neither. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like if you had to pick a side, though, there isn't I don't think any mother can choose a side with true happiness. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I understand. Like, I wonder what the other side is up to, or what it could be, or what it could have been. You know, that's a rough one. Like, I get, hey, when it's Dame Lillard money, though, hey, I'm on the phone. We FaceTime it twice a day, 3 times a day. Before lunch period, after lunch period, right after school, right before you walk into school. You gotta do your best to keep that line of communication open. But if you're just doing like a you know, something that isn't as fruitful, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you working 1,000 hours at, like, I'm not gonna downgrade any job, but whatever job it may be, if it's not the highest of highs, if you're doing that 1,000 hours a week, it's like, yo, what do you rather do that? Like, not that I'd rather do it. I'm doing this because I'm like, all right, man, you're not here and I'm not happy. So you gotta pick something out. Like, I'd rather not be happy on a jet. You know what I'm saying? Versus, you know what I mean, not being happy because you're just not here. You know, and we don't know why. You know what I mean? So you gotta pick your poison. How
Got
about
you.
you? What's your thoughts on that? Could you see yourself away for 9, 10 months at a time? But you're a provider. You're going to go provide.
Hmm. Yeah, it's tough for me, man, because I would do my best to balance. I would definitely
Mm-hmm.
do my best to balance my life with my son and make sure that he knows I'm present.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that going after my goals as well has to be involved because as we think back to what we were talking about with the happiness,
Mm-hmm.
right? That's a big part of it from the way I was brought up with providing, like you mentioned, right? Doing everything you can to make sure the family has the best life. But that comes with a price. Anything
Mm-hmm.
comes with a price, right? You said it
Absolutely.
perfectly just now. Either I'm on the road bringing in a good amount of money for us to live good, or I'm at home more and we're pretty much living as basic as possible, knowing that inflation keeps going up, things keep getting more expensive. And either we're talking about how I'm not home enough or how I can't provide enough. And I'm not saying one is better than the other. All I can say is we're all in different places in our lives where we try to manage everything if we're really invested.
Facts.
So yeah, that's my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
If you
man. All
if you
right.
if you got quick devil's advocate before we move on to the next topic. If you had to play devil's advocate and the roles are reversed, would you rather your wife be on the road, being the I guess breadwinner in that sense, where hey, you're home, but money's coming in because mom/wife is out doing what she needs to do for us,
Mm-hmm.
versus the wife at home all day, not bringing in the dollars, but home. So now it's a weird dynamic where it's like, I want you here, but are you really helping the family? Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
where do you stand on that one?
On the road. Um,
Bye,
I
babe.
stand. And the reason why I answer that so quick is because I firmly believe in the fact that if you have a dream and she has a dream of hers and that requires her being out doing her thing a lot, I'm a full supporter of that. As
Hmm.
long as we have constant communication and we're clear on the fact that there's a price to chasing that dream. You're going to miss some
Absolutely.
things. You're not going to be
Absolutely.
around. There's going to be times where you want to spend time with me and now I'm out. Now I'm going to move. I know that's not a good balance for everybody. I know everybody doesn't agree with that, but let's be clear. If I understand your vision and your goal to be out there chasing your dream, you should be able to understand that with every dream that you chase, there's a price you have to pay. You're going to lose some people on the way. You're going to lose time on the way because you're trying to invest time in the right way to build your career. So I hope for anybody out there that's making these decisions, you have to clearly understand that it's all right to go cry in the car. Just don't come in the house crying and woofing and arguing. We all should understand why you're out there doing your thing. So yes, I'm a full supporter of get out there, do your thing because it makes you happy. And when you come home, you being happy makes us all happy.
It's a fact. It's a fact. We got some comments here. Hold on. Shay was going off. Due to the memory, what was at the time of pain. Consistency is the key because you can't have communication with someone that doesn't want to talk to you. Agreed. As the adult, you got to keep trying if you want to build or keep that relationship. Understood. In my opinion, people give in overtime when they see you keep trying because it does show that you care.
Mm,
I agree. I agree. I agree.
yeah,
All right. All right.
no doubt, no doubt. I see SKL. Did you read SKLs? You have to make an effort allowing time to pass with nothing, then expect things to be how they were with no explanation. You show your kids no respect. You show your kids their emotions are not valued.
Mm.
I
Okay.
understand it. I
Okay.
understand it. All right,
All
so
right.
let's move things along, man. Almost rounding out this topic, man, and it was really good to go through this with you. What's something that you know you may experience a problem with the mother of your children as your kids become teenagers? What instance that you feel like this is going to be a problem between y'all points of view?
Listen, at some point, I know my girls are going to get older. They're going to get like 17, 18, 19. Oh, dad, can I get into that too? And I can stand firm on this. Like, I'm waiting for this day. I'm like, no, what you want one for? Well, mom has a tattoo. So, like, you know what I'm saying? Well, I want one too. Like, well, are you asking me? Because I'm telling you no. So what do you want to do here? You want to go ask your mom and tell her you didn't talk to me? Like, what do you want to what do you want to do? But that is something I can't wait for that question to come up specifically. But outside of that one, not really too much. Me and Jenna, for the most part, as far as the kids, we are usually on the same page with a lot of things. So I think that might just be the one thing. It might be a funny disconnect. Oh, let them live. I'm like, you ain't live enough.
All right.
Like, you know what I mean? But whatever.
All right. On my side, I think it would be whether Darius could have girls over the house. Me and my wife joke around a lot about that, and I know there's a lot of different opinions about your kids having the opposite sex over the house. But I'm a firm believer of, and I think we even talked about it on this show, if he is going to have a lady in his life and she is important to him, I'd rather they come over here. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that it's happening in a safe place, in a safe space. My son is the most lovable, respectful kid, and I hope he stays that way. But I don't know if she's gonna feel the same way, bro. Like I can see her having an issue.
I respect it. And it's like, and it's weird. It's like if your kid isn't working, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not giving them my money for hotels. Like, I'm over that. I'm not doing that. That's crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I get it. A lot of sides to that coin.
Absolutely. All right. So the last thing before we head over to sports, y'all. We hope you've enjoyed this as much as we've enjoyed it, and we've enjoyed you weighing in this entire time. There's a viral video out there of a teacher, bro. And this teacher is having students taking his hair out. He's got braids and doing his nails. Now, as soon as I saw this, Kenny, he's got these girls doing this. I instantly thought of you because I could just imagine you coming to pick up either one of your daughters. And you open that door, you look in that classroom, and you see them helping this man take out his braids or do his nails. As a father, what's your first thought, bro?
Yo, man, F-bombs getting dropped in class. And I hate to be that guy. And not that I don't have any composure, but that one might send me a little off the edge. It's like, we are so far from not being here for that. Like, the level of us not here for that is so astronomical. Like, it's fucking... You on Pluto right now. Do you understand that? You understand what I'm telling you right now? There's nothing in your book bag that told you to come here and do this. Do you know that? It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be a lot of those. It'll be a long soliloquy of those kind of innuendos back and forth for some time. But now I'm looking at the teacher funny. It's like, dog, what are you doing? You coming to work without your hair done? You don't think like you only here from 8 to 2. You don't think you ain't got no time to go do it on your own time? Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is free labor. Are you paying them? And not for nothing, if he said, yeah, I'm giving them $20 each. I'm like, well, how many braids you got? Like, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm trying to, you know what I mean? I'm like, baby, charge him 30, baby. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got the good comb, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, off ripped up for free, that don't make no sense. Not mine. I don't make, couldn't do it. Could not do it.
Yeah. I found that very, very questionable, man. There's already a lot of concerns around safety, with male teachers around, young ladies, or even, women teachers around young boys, or who knows? The lines are blurred so much this year. In today's day and age, you never know. So, and when I instantly saw it, I was like, it's one thing if this was happening and, a teacher walked by and caught you, but you streamed it, man. You purposely thought in your mind, you thought this was a cool thing to do, and you actually put it out there. It didn't make sense to me at all, man. Not in the slightest.
Yeah, if it was like a side clip where somebody kind of like, I chilled on the side and posted something live that nobody knew about, but if it's shit's in, this is 4K. It's like, fuck we doing, man? Like, you ain't got nothing to teach. Like, at the class level, let the students go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't. This ain't it. This ain't it.
Absolutely, man. And low key, I heard homeboy got fired. So, quickly, what he thought, I guess, was going to be a cool moment turned into, supposedly him getting fired. I have no confirmation on that, just what came through. Okay, Ms. Brown said he said the school knew, and she she said she followed this from day one. The school knew. Huh? Now I'm more mad.
Does he have this in writing, Miss Brown? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who knew what? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's suspended. He'll be back. Damn, he'll be back. He's suspended. He'll be back. He's off for the rest of this year, but he'll be back in September. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying he's not on the third floor no more. He's on the fourth floor now, y'all. You gotta catch him.
Yeah, you better be prepared, man. They might have him teaching in the correction office. You want people to raise your head, bro?
Word. Yeah.
Oh man. But all right, man. Listen, that was our dad series for today, man. We're about to switch over to the sports corner, but we appreciate y'all, man. Happy mom, happy family. I think overall we agree. Everybody should be happy in a relationship, or whether you just have a cordial relationship with the mother of your child or the father of your child. I think cordial relationships are the best. They're the healthiest for the child to grow up. And it's good to have healthy communication with the person you laid down with if it presents itself. I know there are some situations where you've tried everything and it just doesn't work, but I pray that you find peace in that as well.
Absolutely. It's all good until you find yourself suppressing yourself. It's all good so that until you get to that level of you don't know who you are no more type shit. You know what I mean? But I think this was a good Wednesday.
Oh, Miss Brown got a spicy one. She said, I ain't gonna say much on this because my opinion is different, but if he was an openly gay teacher, a lot of people would have reacted differently.
Not if my son was undoing your hair, nigga. But I hear you. You're right though. You're right. It probably wouldn't be looked at as many eyes. You're right.
Definitely. All right, man. So this is like 9:30. We just gonna kind of try and skate through this FCP Sports Corner, man, because I have a feeling my brother has not had his meal yet, and I want to get him to his meal. So, real quick, WNBA season kicked off yesterday. Number one draft pick, Caitlin Clark had 20 points, but they did lose. I think it was a good showing. I don't know if you saw any of it.
I was looking for the game. I didn't know what the hell it was. I ain't gonna lie to you. I found out about it too late, and by the time I was looking for it, it was just like I don't think I'm on the right platform. I'm gonna do my research for the next game. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Hometown Liberty got the win on the road. The Lynx upset the Storm at home, and then back-to-back champs. The Aces got their rings and put the banner up. The rings look sexy as hell. Make sure y'all go Google and look at the new rings for the Las Vegas Aces. And Asia Wilson, man, talk about showing everybody why you are that girl. She had 30 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks. It's only game one, y'all. So
at the gate, at the gate. Hey, in my book, she averaged 30 on the season. So whatever.
That's it. That's what the numbers show. And the dope thing staying with Asia, man. Remember, we were talking a lot about Caitlin Clark getting her big shoe deal with Nike. Asia announced that Nike is actually coming out with the A1s. They're dropping spring of 2025. It was dope the way they promoted it. She was like, of course, I have my own shoe. It was a t-shirt that Dawn Staley had it on. A couple people had it on. Really, really dope, man. Shout out to Asia.
Nike gonna figure it out. If there's any marketing giant in the world, Nike or Apple, they're gonna figure this shit out. You know
Absolutely. And keeping it marketing, Candace Parker was appointed the president of Adidas basketball. This is huge, man. This is huge. You can see the shift. People are seeing the investment, the ROI in investing in women's sports. It's amazing, man. Also, an expansion team is actually coming to Toronto. So another way for 69 guys.
He a fan.
But no, this is dope for the WNBA, man. Expanding, getting, this allows for more players to actually play on teams, get into the league, and make a name for themselves. And then also sticking with expansion teams, we talked about Golden State and their new GM. They have a name now. They are the Valkyries. The logo is pretty decent. I think it's cool.
Okay.
It's like a black and purple type vibe. So they are ready to go, man. I think they're going to start working on their roster over the next couple of months so they can be ready for the season next year. So good for them girls.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Shouts to WNBA making it happen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, man. NBA playoffs, man. Knicks are 1 game away, brother. How you feeling?
We only need one more, man. Then these conversations are gonna be a little different, man. Because right now I gotta be humble. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not. I mean, they don't deserve Foxborough right now. They're not in Boston right now. They don't deserve it. I mean, they're not worse than Massachusetts airfare. You know what I'm saying? I get that. You know what I'm saying? But one more to go, man. We be there. We're gonna see y'all soon, man. I believe I took care of business tonight. Thank you, Miss Tanya. We appreciate the score update. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we see y'all soon. You know what I mean?
No doubt. Hey, listen, man. I applaud the Knicks, man. Being down already in the season without Julius Randle and losing Obi, losing Mitchell. Yeah, I expect nothing less but for them to make it past the Pacers, man. And hopefully y'all get there, man. And hopefully y'all do, because this is one of the rivalries in basketball that never lets down, man. Never lets it down. And as Kenny already said, man, Boston already handled business tonight. Nuggets and Timberwolves, man. Nikola Jokic won his 3rd MVP. And the Nuggets are just taking care of business, man. This is looking like a reverse sweep, bro. Like,
I don't know what happened. Like we were so in control like 4 or 5 days ago. Like I was like, yo, this is Baby Jordan. He about to sweep through the league. Like, yo, they on the brink.
Yep. Absolutely.
That quick.
Yeah, man. And then Thunder Mavericks, I think they are playing as we speak. OKC, I think, has a chance now to actually, I believe, close it out, right? It's tied up. Yeah. So
wait, is it tied up or Mavs up 1? Is this game 5?
No, I think you're right. It's 2-2. This is game 5.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But Mavs been holding it down, man. Hey, the fact that they tied up going into 5 is dope. But I just assumed OKC would blow through it and pause. And you told me you was right on. You hit it right on the head last week. You're like, yo, they got Kyrie and Lukic over there. Like they gonna figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But they figured it out. We're gonna see.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And just to round things out, man, we appreciate the few of you that are hanging out with us for these last couple of movies, TV show, or music recommendations, man. All of these are coming from Netflix. The first one is Man in Full. It is a crazy, crazy movie about this tycoon who's going through this crazy financial crisis. And there's a bunch of other stuff happening with people in his circle along the way. Hilarious, but crazy movie. Didn't really like the ending, but when y'all check it out, we can always go back and talk about how y'all feel that movie ending. But Man in Full on Netflix, man, check it out.
You said it's a movie?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. I don't know why I saw the preview. I was like, oh, this is dope. I don't know if I was going through the trailers, but I was like, oh, series? Can't commit. And then
it could be a series too. It could be a series too. You're absolutely right. It could be a series too. Baby Reindeer, that is definitely a series. This show is not for the if you're not open-minded to the times, to different preferences. This show takes you on a bit of a roller coaster, and prepare yourself for an adventure. And it's showing everything, so prepare yourself. But it is very interesting. And then the last one, this is I forgot which country or native language it's in, but Thank You Next. This show is crazy because it's a wild love story. Homegirls going through so many different situations, and the way it ends is just crazy, man. But those are the few shows that me and the missus have been able to check out. Pretty interesting stuff. Netflix is on the roll right now. I gotta catch the new Kevin Hart joint that's on there. I haven't watched that yet. We did actually get to watch. Jeez. Yeah, we did get a chance to watch Madam Web yesterday. That was all right. It was decent. Yeah, it could be. It's the extension of the Marvel franchise.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's on Netflix too now. So, yeah, man. It's been a busy weekend, man. I'm watching a bunch of stuff, man. Trying to get caught up. But that pretty much is our show, brother, man.
Hey, man, we all set, man. Wednesday, Fatherhood series. We had something planned for today, but hey, all things happen for a reason. A lot of good things to get to today, but come next week, man. Come next week.
No doubt. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all, man. See y'all next week, man. Good night.
Yes, yes, sir.